Hello everyone, this is Uzma and welcome back to our economics class. Today's topic is from unit number 9, that is difficulties of barter system, which is an important question for 5 marks. In the last classes, we have discussed topics related with inflation. We have read 3 topics, that is types of inflation, what are the effects and causes of inflation, and how to solve the problem of inflation. And this topic is related with money. The chapter name is Money, Banking and Inflation. So, inflation topic is done, and now onwards we are going to start the topic related with money. So, topic name is difficulties of barter system. Let us go with the introduction first. Before the introduction of money, that means before money came into existence, like we have paper notes, coins, etc. How many notes we have? Rupees 10, 20, 50, 100, then 200, 500 and 2000 notes we have. So, before the money came into existence, previously in olden days, what they used to do, they used to exchange goods with goods. Okay, goods were exchanged for goods. This was called as barter system. For example, if I want rice and you want some kind of pulses or fruits, then I'll get rice and you will get the fruits. So, in this way we used to exchange the commodities for other commodities. There was no money in between. So, before the introduction of money, in olden days, goods were exchanged for goods. This was called as barter system. So, when we exchange some good with some other good, there are various difficulties, various problems which will arise. So, we are going to discuss what are the difficulties in barter system. First point is lack of coincidence of wants. Lack of coincidence of want. Coincidence means matching, like your want and my want must be same, must coincide. Let us see, buyer who is willing to accept a commodity. A buyer must be willing to accept a commodity when the seller is willing to offer in exchange. For example, let us take I am the seller and you are the buyer. I have goat. I am the seller and I have goat. You are the buyer and you have paddy. So, what I will do, I have goat, so I need to sell my goat, and what I want rice. I want rice, that is paddy. So, what I will do, I will go in the market and then I will search each and every person who wants to buy my goat and wants to exchange rice with me. Okay, this is the first case. Imagine that I got some person who is non-vegetarian and he have bought my goat and easily I got the rice. Let us consider the second case. Imagine that the person who is having rice, I have searched him. Okay, then I thought that I can buy rice from him. But the condition here is the person who is buying the goat from me is pure vegetarian. Then do you think I can get rice by exchanging my goat? No. So, here my want and the person who is in front of me, his want and my want is not coinciding, is not matching. So, whoever the seller is there and whoever the buyer is there, their wants must be matching. Then only we can easily exchange the good. So, in olden days, there was lack of coincidence of wants. That means wants did not used to match in barter system. But nowadays it is very easily to satisfy our wants. We can match our wants. For example, if you want to buy Maggi, what will you do? Directly you will go to the shop, you will just give 5 rupees and then you will buy the Maggi. So, very easily you give the money and you have satisfied your want. But in barter system, If you want to satisfy your want, you must go to the market, search each and every person who wants to buy your commodity, and that person must and should have that commodity which you want. For example, I want rice means it's not necessary that each and every person in the market is selling rice. They may be selling fruits, they may be selling vegetables, etc. So it was very difficult to match our wants, to coincide our wants. So easily you cannot use to sell and you cannot use to buy the vegetables during the barter system. So first point here is lack of coincidence of wants, means the buyer's wants and the seller's wants must be coincide, must be matching with each other. Let us come to the second point, that is lack of divisibility of commodity, means the commodity which you are buying or selling must be divisible. Exchange of goods is possible when we divide the goods into small units. Example, if you are going to a fruits, if you are going to some vegetable stall, imagine, and you want to buy 1 kg of tomatoes, then what will happen? You will keep the tomatoes in the weighing machine, then the person who is selling the tomatoes will check whether it is 1 kg or not. If it is excess, he will remove, that means he is dividing, okay. Then he will remove. When it is exactly 2 kgs, you will pay the price and you will buy the tomatoes. So what is happening here? He is dividing the commodity. But here in barter system, it was not easy to divide the commodity, especially in case of animals. In reality, all goods cannot be divisible. For example, sheep. Okay, for example, I want some 20 bags of rice and you have 1 sheep. I want 20 bags of rice and you want sheep. So what I'll do, I'll buy 20 bags of rice from you and you will buy 1 sheep from me. So after few days, can I say that divide my sheep into half because it was not equal? Can I say like that? Can I divide the sheep into 2 parts? No, we cannot divide the sheep because every good is not divisible. Alright, if I want to make some transaction of buying and selling, we will divide the goods. When both are equal, then only we will buy the goods. But here in barter system, it was not easy to divide the commodities, especially in case of animals. I cannot divide the goat into 2 pieces, I cannot divide the sheep into 2 pieces, or any of the animal cannot be divided into 2 parts. If I divide, then that animal will be of no use. For example, a few people will bring goat in order to get the milk also, buffaloes in order to get the milk. But if I cut the buffalo into half pieces, then the buffalo will die, plus I won't be getting any milk from that. That is of no use for me. Alright. So what is the second problem of barter system? Lack of divisibility of commodity. That means every commodity cannot be divided. First point is lack of coincidence of wants. Second is lack of divisibility of commodity. Third point is lack of store of value. So some goods are perishable in nature. That means they will perish in short time. That means it cannot be stored for a long period of time. It's not possible to store the goods in the original form in barter system. For example, fruits, vegetables, goats, etc. Now imagine that I have purchased some 30 kgs of rice from you or 30 bags of rice from you, and you have bought some 10 goats from me. What I have done? I have bought some 30 bags of rice and you have bought some 10 goats from me. So I can use that 30 bags for 3 to 4 years. I can use it and I will satisfy my want. But is there any guarantee that the 10 goats which you have bought from me will be surviving for 10 to 20 years? No, it's not possible, because the goats may also die because of any weather condition, or they may fall sick, or there may be any kind of disease which may attack to them. So I am getting profit here. I am using your 30 bags of rice for some 2 to 5 years or 10 years. But you cannot use all that 10 goats. There is no guarantee that you can store all that 10 goats for 10 years. They may die also. So in barter system, there is a problem of lack of store of value. That means you cannot store the goods in the original form. After 10 years, the goat may be not surviving, it may die. So is it there in the original form? No. So what is the third difficulty of barter system? That you cannot store the goods for a long period of time, that is lack of store of value. Let us go to the fourth point, lack of measure of value. Under barter system, there is no common measure of value. In order to make exchange possible, you must determine the value of every commodity for every other commodity. For example, if I want to buy some 5 kgs of dal, then whatever you are selling must also be of 5 kgs. Is it possible if I am buying a hen from you, then it may not be of 5 kgs, then how can I exchange my dal with you? So there is no common measure value under barter system. First point was lack of coincidence of wants, our wants not used to match. Then second, lack of divisibility of commodity, every commodity is not divisible. Then third, lack of store of value, you cannot store every good for a long period of time because they are perishable. Fourth, lack of measure of value, every commodity which you want to exchange must also be of the same value. For example, if I am buying a diamond, then I cannot calculate how much kg a diamond is with some other commodity, because it is not matching, it is not having common measure value. I cannot give you some 100 liters of milk or some 10 liters to 20 liters of milk for a small diamond. If I weight it, then the diamond will be of less weight and the milk will be of much liters. So there is no common measure value in barter system. But nowadays it is very easy to buy any commodities because we are having some price, we are having MRP backside of every commodity. If you are buying a packet of lace, 5 rupees will be written. You will just take out 5 rupees and you will buy the commodity. So it is very easy for buying and selling the commodity as we are having a measuring value in kgs, in liters, in price, etc. But during barter system, measure value was not there. Last and final point, difficulties in making deferred payments. So payments which is to be made in future for present transactions. For example, on credit, you will be finding on shops like no credit, only debit. That means if I say I will buy all the commodities, like your mother will be giving a long list, you need to buy all those commodities from the ration shop, and after buying you just have checked your wallet that you are not having any money with you. Then you will tell the shopkeeper that you just give me all the commodities, I will pay you within 1 or 2 days. Then will he give you, will he sell all the commodities without taking money? No, he will not give. Here what is happening in barter system means, for example, if you want some loan, the people cannot give you loan because they were not having money. For example, if imagine that you are in need of 50,000 rupees. And I am ready to give 50,000 rupees for you, and you have made an agreement that after some 6 months I will return back your 50,000 rupees. So I will agree, because after some 3 months also 50,000 notes will be of same value. The value will not change, okay, the position of the money will not change, the condition of the money will not change. But in barter system it was not like that. For example, I have given you 10 sheeps on loan. Then after 10 years you said that I will return back all the 10 sheeps to you, madam. This you have made an agreement with me. After 10 years you have agreed to return my sheeps to me. So is there any guarantee that the sheep will be alive? No, they may die also. So it was not easy to make deferred payments, it was not easy to give on loan on credit basis, but nowadays it is very easy to give loans. Am I right or not? Like you will be making an agreement, you are borrowing some money from the bank and you are giving some assurance date that I will return your money back on so and so date. Money lenders will be giving loans, so you will be giving and taking loans very easily because money can be stored for a long period of time, but in barter system it was very difficult for making deferred payments. The first point is lack of coincidence of wants not used to match. Second is lack of divisibility of commodities cannot be divisible. Third is lack of store of value, you cannot store the goods for a long period of time. Then fourth, lack of measure of value, there was no common measure, then it was difficult in making deferred payments. So these are the 5 difficulties which we have faced in olden days with the barter system. That was before money came into existence, we used to face all these problems. See you in the next class with some new topics. Till that, stay home, stay safe and keep learning.